What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys some more Boruto anime spoilers. So it seems like it's that time of the month again where we start getting some actual long summaries for what's to come for Boruto for the rest of the month as well as early next month. So this is going to be spanning episodes 267 to 270. Shout out to Organic Dinosaur for all of these summaries for us. So episodes that's going to be covering, it's going to be mid-September to about mid-ish October. But episode 267 is going to be titled Kawaki's True Identity Will Be Revealed. And this is going to be airing on September 18th. Episode 268 is going to be titled The Targeted School Festival. And this is going to be airing on September 25th. Episode 269 is going to be titled A Creeping Shadow. And this is going to air on October 2nd. Episode 270 is going to be called Two Sides of the Same Coin, and this one's going to air on October 9th. So I haven't looked at these myself yet, and just based off these titles, I'm going to go with an initial guess that maybe this arc is done at 268, but there's a chance it could also go on, 270 and beyond. So I'm not really sure yet necessarily. So let's have a look and we'll find out. I still have not started this arc yet. For Boruto reviews, currently I'm on episode 260, so as soon as I get that done, I'll be starting this arc up as well. And hopefully that gives me a little bit more, interest in watching, because the last episode I watched, if you guys hadn't seen my review, it wasn't really one I was too fond of. But anyway, 267, again, called Kawaki's True Identity Will Be Revealed, airing on September 18th. So the synopsis for this says, Kawaki, Himawari, and their classmates have decided to put on a show about the legendary Sannin for their contribution to the school festival. The students gather up some props to use in the play, such as wearing and using their own homemade forehead protectors, and put forth a lot of effort into their rehearsals. But on accident, Fuma Iki realizes that Kawaki is wearing a red forehead protector. He then goes on to try and expose Kawaki's true identity. In an attempt to gather some evidence, he tries to separate Kei from Kawaki. Kawaki must not let Kei know about his mission no matter what, and so will he be able to nimbly dodge this scenario. So this sounds like something, again, I don't know a lot of these kid characters, so this just sounds like something where Kawaki's, secret mission may potentially get exposed. I feel like he's going to dodge it by the end of the episode somehow, some way, but maybe some other kids will know. But that's where I'm thinking this is heading towards right now. I also think it's a cool little thing that they're doing a show about the legendary Sannin. Just doing something that involves respecting the greats that came beforehand. So that's pretty cool. As for the episode itself, I don't know how it's going to be. And another little thing for you guys, I will be talking about the animation staff towards the end of this video after I'm done reading these summaries. So if you are interested in getting an idea of how the animation might look those episodes based off the studios, stay tuned for that as well. 278 though now, the Targeted School Festival airing on September 25th. The synopsis for this one is, at last, the Academy's school festival has begun. Boruto and his friends who are fellow alumni are beginning to gather up. A huge crowd of people have come for the event, making it a successful turnout. Meanwhile, Kawaki is still concerned about the incident that happened the other day. There could potentially be an assassin amongst the crowd who is targeting Kei. However, Kawaki and his classmates have to put in their efforts into rehearsing and performing the show for today. He sees how excited and happy Kei is to be performing soon too. And so for the time being, Kawaki has not yet reported the incident that involved the assassin. Kawaki has decided to watch over Kei as she tries to enjoy the school festival to her heart's content. The academy was packed full of people when a bombing suddenly occurred. Then a threatening letter arrives from the assailant. So, I feel like Kawaki's going to get in trouble over here for not reporting this sooner. But, this is one of those decisions he's making on the fly, it seems like. Because maybe it seems like he cares a little bit more now about what's in the interest of this character, Kei. So, that's what I'm thinking about this one. And it just seems like the arc isn't over yet after all in this episode. So maybe it does go on till 270 and beyond. But let's find out. 269, A Creeping Shadow, airing on October 2nd. The synopsis for this one says, during the Academy School Festival, a bombing incident had occurred, and in addition, someone was aiming for Kei's life. Kawaki was negligent in reporting the information regarding the presence of an assassin when he first became aware of them. See, it's coming back to bite him now, I think. As a result, Kawaki was dismissed from his guard mission and ended up having to stay at home during his furlough. So, see, I guess I called it in the 268 spoilers that he did face some consequences, and here it is. But I feel like he's going to break the rules again and get involved again at some point again. Meanwhile, due to the incident, it's been decided that Kei should return back to her home country sooner than she had originally planned to. She is regretful that she ended up not being able to finish out her study abroad trip, and in addition, Kei now realizes something. Up until now, Kawaki wasn't actually being her friend at all. She felt hurt that Kawaki was only playing the role for the sake of the mission for the entire time that she was here, but at that moment, and once again, an ominous shadow approaches Kei. So, in traditional fashion over here, we have maybe a setup, I guess you can say, for now Kawaki to go and save her, and then maybe they'll actually end up becoming friends towards the end of this. That's the kind of feel I'm getting from it, at least. Let's have a look at 270. So 270, Two Sides of the Same Coin, airing on October 9th. Synopsis for this one is, during the bombing incident that had transpired during their school festival, their class's homeroom teacher, Kaka Hana, had gotten injured while trying to protect the students. She finally returned to class. Meanwhile, Kawaki has once again been assigned to guard Kei and has returned to class as well. Okay, so Kawaki's back in action here. I guess maybe she didn't get kidnapped or anything like that at the end of 269, but someone's clearly watching her. The academy has seemingly recovered to its former normal liveliness too. Hana has now realized, it could be Hana too, by the way, but I'm just assuming it's Hana. Hana has now realized that the assailant had previously taken advantage of the chaos during the bombing incident in order to target Kei's life, even though she was the one who was closest to her students during the event. Hana was unable to prevent the incident from occurring and her students from being harmed. Hana then reflects on her shortcomings about not being able to do more at that time, and so in order to think over what happened during the incident, Hana decides to pay a visit to the scene of the crime. So maybe this is going to lead to figuring out who's actually responsible, I guess. And it's kind of expected, but it feels like a lot of these Boruto anime canon arcs are taking more so their time, perhaps to just give the manga more time to just keep putting out more chapters while they just keep putting out more of these episodes of their own stories. And sometimes it really does feel like they're dragging them out a little, but I don't want to judge this too much yet because I haven't watched it. But at 270, we're going to hit the 10th episode of this arc. And I personally thought it was going to be a little shorter, but maybe it's going to wrap up in the early 270s. Hopefully it's not one that drags on into like the 280s, but you honestly never know at this point. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the current arc, by the way, right now. I am interested to hear your thoughts. So I'm just going to throw in 266 here, just because. I guess since it just popped up here anyway. Episode 266 is going to be done by Jiwoo Animation, and they are probably the most solid outsourced studio aside from the main studio that does the general animation, Studio Pierrot. So 266 may be an episode that actually looks pretty solid, nothing bad, nothing great. That's what I would expect from that. I know Jiwoo also did a lot of Black Clover, I believe, so maybe you can reference that if you care about that as well. And they've done previous Boruto episodes as well. I always tell people go look at episode 203 and go look at Konohamaru versus Jigen. They did that little segment there. 267 is going to be done by Studio Mouse, and there is one good thing. It's this guy over here. Let me see if he was up here too. He was not. But Ichiro Uno is really good at making scenes with really good detailed art. So maybe it could look good on the art end, but I wouldn't get your hopes up about it being animated super well. Or maybe we'll get like a really short sequence of it being animated nice for like 15 seconds or something. But that's 267 Studio Mouse. Still keep your hopes low. 268, I don't even see a studio here. And unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with a lot of these names, so I don't really have much to say there. But 269, Hanjin Animation, probably one that's like around the level of Studio Mouse. So again, expect like hopefully an okay episode and not a bad looking one. Because if there's action scenes in this one, I don't expect them to look too great. And let's see if we got 270. So 270 Jiwoo Animation. So I'm thinking just based off of what we're seeing right now, 266 and 270 may have the best studio on them for outsource. And then we don't know about 268, but 267 could look really good as well art-wise. So I think the one to be most concerned about is 269. So that's that. And it is interesting to see that the main studio, Studio Pierrot, is not involved at all on any of these. So that kind of gives me more of the feeling too that they are a lot more focused on other projects. Perhaps they are working on Bleach because that is dropping in October as well. So I do believe that they'll get back to Boruto eventually, but we'll find out when that happens, when it happens. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.